As fears about Ebola widen, efforts are underway to contain the virus in the countries hardest hit, the West African nations of Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea. VOA web reporter Carol Gunsberg was in Guinea recently and joins me right now. Thank you so much for joining me. You visited a facility. Tell us a little bit about that.
I was at the Donka Field Hospital run by the Médecins Sans Frontières, or Doctors Without Borders. I had a chance to see some of the conditions there. The camp has been running for about 6 months. They're training new groups of medical personnel, new doctors and new nurses, but what I heard from them repeatedly was how much more help they could use. I didn't see patients close up. They made us keep our distance. I did see a little girl with her pigtails sticking up over a fence in the distance. And later when I went to inspect around a corner, I could hear her crying and I could see her mother pacing back and forth. That was my experience.
Do they have some kind of a protocol once an infected patient comes in? What do they do with it?
Patients are admitted through a special port and they're immediately isolated from other patients. Now, I was not in that part of the facility. I saw where they're admitted. They're actually greeted by a former Ebola patient, a survivor, who can help them adjust very quickly to the camp and its experiences.
And you also attended a town hall with the Guinean Prime Minister Mohamed Said Fofana. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so that trip took place because a few days earlier there had been an attack by some people in the town of Fort Caria on some Red Cross workers. They believed that the Red Cross burial team had mishandled the body of a woman. So there was a lot of intense pent-up emotion. A couple of the Red Cross workers were attacked. Fast forward to this trip into the motorcade, the Prime Minister arrives and there's a big town hall meeting. Essentially, he's trying to assuage everyone, to calm them down, and to also make it clear that it's within their power to help control the spread of Ebola. Then suddenly there are 6 young men marched up in front of us. I'm up on the stage next to a CDC epidemiologist who was brought there to speak. The Prime Minister dismissed the charges or released the 6 young men who had been held in the attack. That was greeted by a lot of applause, and so apparently it did take down the temperature in the room. Later on, the Prime Minister promised that there would be more money coming in for education and sought assurances from the people there that they would help work to fight Ebola. So that was the shouting, that was some of the
I can
commotion.
imagine people must be really tense out there. But,
yes.
But if in 30 seconds, if you can tell us a little bit about the jump roping group, the girls' jump roping group that you witnessed.
Yes, I did. That's a youth development and health program started by an American Olympic medalist, Ron Freeman. And this International Medalist Association teaches girls how to be fit, and girls typically don't have opportunities for sports in Guinea, but they're also getting health messages, including how to prevent the spread of Ebola.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll keep a watch on the story. VOA News reporter Carol Gunsberg. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.